Hello and welcome to another episode of Casting of Pods with your host, Blaine Shields. Okay, so we don't have an announcer or anything like that, so we got to make do with what we've got, okay? So, those of you who know me, I love making people laugh and smile. It's truly one of my favorite things in life. I also love a good old-fashioned brain freeze. You know, the kind that you get from eating a slushie way too fast when it gets into your head and it just... But maybe that's just the sadist in me. But truly, it is a good feeling. In other news, there are some truly saddening things going on in the world presently. I spoke a little about brokenness previously, even introduced you to my broken robot dog, Data. But in all seriousness, I want to address some of the negatives that are going on presently and to reach out to those who are suffering, struggling in this time. You know who you are. And yes, I'm talking to you. Not so much you. That's a hangnail, you'll get over it. But you. And you know why. Even if you don't want to admit it because you don't want to share openly about the brokenness going on, about the hurt in your life. But you know who you are. I know that things seem bad, really bad, and I'm not saying they're not. And you're questioning if it will ever get better. I want you to know that it will. And I'll explain some more on this in just a moment. First off, stop watching the news. Or at least, stop watching it ad nauseum. The news will typically always put the dirty laundry and the blood-soaked headlines out because that's what sells. And sadly, the news very rarely plays news anymore. Now, there are those news people out there who do put news out, and not just sensationalism, and I count some of those people among my dearest friends. But sadly, there are many who post up op-ed pieces on the regular as real news. You'll know those ones because they're the ones who say, I think, I believe, I like, I don't like. This is my opinion. And there are networks out there that just want to stir up divisiveness, bickering between one another and telling you why the conservatives should be hated or why the liberals should be hated. I caution you to at least take careful stock of what you are taking in on a regular basis, as it can devour you and wreak havoc on your mind and your spirit. Secondly, put pauses on your social media time. If it ain't helping your situation and your mindset, it's probably adding to your pain. Too much of social media has become a place to air the filth of our lives, the angst that we're feeling, the turmoil that we experience, the rumors about others, reasons we should dislike somebody or hate somebody. I caution everyone to think before they click post. And I also urge that we should watch what we're watching and what we're taking in. C. Remember that you're not alone. If you try to go at your struggles on your own, you will lose. You have friends and loved ones who desire to be able to help you through what you're going through. And sometimes it's just a matter of saying, hey, I could really use a hug right now. 5. Always keep in mind that things don't always go on schedule like we would like them to. It's okay to accept that sometimes life throws us curveballs, like when a number 3 is replaced with the letter C, or the fourth thing in the place isn't even there because we skipped straight to 5. The important thing is to realize that even when life throws us curveballs, we are still in the game. So don't give up. Between COVID-19, the number of deaths, the isolation, the marches, the mass, the protests, the riots, the fires, the monuments being destroyed, the Confederate flag, the racism, the hatred, the meth gators, the shootings, the lootings, the empty schools, the teachings from home, the financial crisis, the job shutdown, the lack of toilet paper, the murder hornets. And by the way, whatever happened to those murder hornets anyways? Has anyone ever seen them? To the upcoming election. There are so many things going on that have hurt people all around us, and that's not even counting what you are going through right now, personally, in your life. I am sorry. I mean that. I am so, so sorry. And my heart breaks with you. I like to make people laugh and smile because I know what hurt feels like. I know what loneliness and depression can be. I know what physical pain and emotional pain are, and they suck. They really do. But don't let the enemy get the upper hand. Don't let yourself be fooled into thinking that you are alone, because you are not. The world will try and trick you into thinking that the tunnel that you're in is the end game and that there's no one who loves you or cares for you. But that's because the world is lying to you. Here's the thing. You are loved. You are cared for. You have more people around you that love you than you even realize. And that's in part because we as people tend to be bad about not telling others that we care. I hope this serves as a reminder to everyone the importance of sharing that detail with those around you, even you with your hangnail. Right now. I mean it. Tell someone that you love them and that you care about them, wherever you are. I want to lighten the mood here just a bit because, like I said, I like to make people smile and laugh. So here's a few jokes. Husband and a wife having a conversation. The husband looks at the wife and says, "One short cup coffee." The wife responds back, "What? Ask again." The husband thinks about it for a moment. "Can I get it for you, dear?" "Okay, that's better." There's a man at a restaurant, and while he's sitting there, he looks into his soup and he sees this dead bug, and he says, "Hey, waiter, there's a dead beetle in my soup." The waiter takes a look and says, "Yeah, you're right. Not really good swimmers, are they?" Man at the restaurant picks up his cup of coffee and says, "Hey, waiter, this coffee tastes like mud." The waiter comes by and says, "Well, yes, sir, that's because it's freshly ground." A gentleman goes out to dinner with his wife to celebrate her 40th birthday. The man looks at his wife and says, "So, what would you like, my dear? A jaguar, a sable coat, or a diamond necklace?" She looks at him and says, "If you don't mind, I would like a divorce." The man thinks about it for a second. Sorry, I wasn't planning on spending that much this year." The tunnel that you're in isn't the end. It's a point in your life that you're going through. But the thing about a tunnel is that you go through them. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, even if you can't see it from where you are. And we're going to get there together. You are loved. And if this message reached you today and you felt like I was talking to you, congratulations. I was. God bless you. God bless you all.